Okay, so hello, sir. This is just a video of my 354. Um, okay, so should probably demonstrate by using register use case first. Um, let me just create one. Obviously, you saw this validation over there, just to ensure that the data is being sent in the correct format. Um, so let me just add a password over here. Whereas apparently .NET takes in because I had like a standard sort of password of here, but they want like these extra characters by default, so you have to add like the dollar sign and the zero sign. On 370, we actually have proper validation that will tell you if you don't have like the appropriate password will tell you that in the bottom that you need to change that password. But for this assignment, as you can see, time was a problem. So yeah, let me just show you that one. So I'll go register, tells you over there, registered successfully. Bunch of Nugget packages were installed. So yeah, that's just how it is. Takes you to the product page. Welcome, Zama Gmail. Let me just show you log out. Let me log in again with this um one. So Zama Gmail. Let me just type in the same password and then welcome back. And it takes me to login page. So that's the account use case pretty much done. This is the pagination of the products, so the project search. Um, so let me just say you can search by this. This gives you that. Just reset it. You can also search by um, product category from here. So footwear, or you can't search by it. That's a bug. So what I did is actually did filters over here. Also incorporated over here, but it seems like there's an issue. So you can search by the name, which I just showed you, description. So let me write slip on. Oh, still not working. Yeah. Oh yeah, I configured everything here to look at the name only. Yeah. No, just remembered. Okay, so that's how I did mine. I sort of okay, maybe I might lose a few marks over here, but um you search by the name on the search bar over here. I can change it just now to the actual description, but in our 370, this is how we did it. We sort of used search over here to search by the name, but if you really want us to search by the description as well, then you can do that. But I'll get into all of that code just now. But there's a drop down here from low to high. So if say price low to high, it's obviously does low to high. Let me reset that. And description low to high. Um, starts with a number, of course, because I can't really have an alphabetical sort of situation for that. Reset and also products also sorted alphabetically, so you can see the A's are starting. And what else? Brand low to high. There you go. So that's how it works. You can also test it out on your own time. Filters by footwear. Let me reset that. You can change the number of items per page. So right now there's about six, I believe, and we can change that to two. So, or four. So four over there. Let me change it back to two. And as you can see, when you page do it, it's showing you to. It's not everything's not functioning like properly. But like this is how it's done. Had a few issues with pagination, so yeah. Four over here, you can see it's also not working, changing you to the next page because it's supposed to be showing you the next four after this, but yeah, that's an issue as well. System. And obviously you can change by brand as well. So yeah, everything's not functioning the way I'd want it to function, but it's fine. And add products. Let me just say testing. That's testing. China 100 rand bags. I don't know. This building added. Product testing has been added, and if I search over here, you'll find that it's there. So that's the functionality of everything. So the main things that aren't working is adding the product image. The pagination is a bit wonky, but everything else is working fine. So let me just head over to the code. Let's start off with the Web API. Let me just stop running this. So, um, products controller. Over here, bring in the various different repositories over here. Took in a generic repository that takes in type T, and by that I mean I saw you had something similar, but I just changed it a bit, so it actually takes in the class over here. So then when you call it in, you just go and specify the class over here, and you can just call that specific product. Because all of these methods over here, or what did I do? All of these methods over here, they're reusable, except for this one here. Except for this one. I mean, you can make this one reusable, but the includes was a bit of an issue over there. So this one is reusable. All of this code over here, and if you can see, um, I'm not gonna explain too much of this, but like you know how it is, takes in parameter t, which is the type that you specified over here when you put it in, like when you put the stuff over there. Take it in, it will set it, and it will find according to an ID or bring in a list or whatever. So that's the one. For that one, and then products, obviously, this one had to have some special configuration. So I created two classes, the pagination class and the page parameter class. Let me just head over to the page parameter class over here. Basically, it takes in all of the figures over here. Set to 4 by default, but I think I know why it's showing 6. Because on the front end, I actually specified it 6. So yeah. Um, and then I'm talking about the page size. Like he saw by default it went to 6. Over here, I specified 4. I think I overrided that in the front end. But anyways, sets default page to 1. 4 specifies what products you want to sort by. Sorting order, so that's the ascending, descending, and obviously the search term. Okay. And also, a lot of the issues seems to be on the front end because the API is somewhat decent. But as you can see with the search term, I've configured it to actually search through all of the like all of the parameters, I guess. Okay, that's not proper terminology, but I've configured it to search through description and price and also my product brand and product type. It's actually been configured. It's just on the front end. I might have like did some weird stuff over there. So there's how the result is. You get it from the repository. Um, configures the sort ID, so switch statements gets whichever search is relevant. And then I installed AutoMapper to map the values. So over here, let me show you the pagination class. Okay, I'll show it to you just now. But this is just some basic stuff, easy programming. Skips a few values. How it knows it skips a few values? It takes the index, minus it by 1, and times it by the page size. So if you have like 2 over here, then it will know must skip 6 of the. So let's say you have 6 specified as the skipping, as the like sort of number that you want to skip by. If you're going to the second page, it would give you 2 minus 1, which is obviously 1 times 6, so it's going to skip 6. And obviously over here, will take whatever size that you want. Then over here, let me go to the pagination class just to show you. Just specify the various things over here. So counting how many products are returned, the actual data over here, um, page size, page index, page size. So yeah, that's how that works. Um, Also, this one, I couldn't use AutoMapper for this one because you also had to map these values, like actually bring in the class. Okay, not class, but the ID. And it was a bit difficult to do that in AutoMapper because if you go to my mapping profiles, or why can't I see? Oh, yeah. So I didn't do from like product view model to products. Like usually you'll just press like dot reverse for that. But when I did that, it gave me like a few issues. So I just I just left it and I did it within the controller, and I know this is like bad. You're not supposed to. Well, it's fine, but like you shouldn't really inject the DB context in the controller. But yeah, it was just last minute sort of workarounds. And then obviously you can add a product over there, save the changes. There's some error handling, and it obviously maps the product to the view model, but you can't map the view model to the product because of what I just specified. So that is that. And same for brands. You can see the benefits of actually using this sort of generic by you just specify this and it'll just bring you the list of whatever it is that you want. So there's not a lot of code being written here. It's all reusable. We also did it that way for 370, so this is also proper. And also use Automapper for that one as well. And then token. So my token service, it's implemented from the repository. I mean the interface. Which is this one over here. I mean, I don't really need to get into that one. But just the configuration of the security keys, had a look at your code as well, and I also changed it up a bit to just follow like my stuff over here. But it expires after 7 days. But this is actually, I don't know if it will be overridden here or over here. Um, where is it? Can't find it. Okay, oh, over here. So yeah, I don't know which one is gonna be take preference first. I believe it might be this one. So yeah, actually I could have done things differently for the token over here, but that's fine. So here's the token. Repository creates a token whenever you need a token, and um that's the token repository. I'm just trying to see what else I need to explain. Chains, parameters, pagination. Okay, and these are the various view models that I have as well. Not gonna get into that. Like, that's not serious stuff. Counts controller. Um, I tried to make a method to just get the user, or just use a claims principle over here to get the user, but I was running into issues. The reason why I was doing that is because I wanted to store the user token in the browser so that when you leave the computer without logging out and come back, the user will still be present, if you get what I mean. But that obviously didn't work, so I just commented out. Register, simple one, finds it by ID using the register view model. If it's not there, I mean, if if like it's not equivalent to null, then they'll give you a bad request. Maybe because this could be for different reasons as well, like the user coming and not being found. Maybe it's not because the email was detected, but like no, actually it isn't. Never mind, sorry. But anyways, app user over here just creates that view model, creates the user, and then if it succeeded, then it will. If it didn't succeed, then bad request, obviously, because I don't know, the data wasn't proper. Maybe the password was messed up or something. And obviously, if it is, then it will just create those tokens and create the user for you and send it back to the front end. Then the login works similarly, finds the user, checks if it's valid, and if you're not, then you'll be unauthorized. So you can go inside and we'll check the password. Also set that to false over here. I believe it's the thing about you so not a logouts, those attempts that you have if you log in and all of that stuff. So I'll set that to false. I mean also unauthorized if it doesn't succeed. And then just send the view model if it does succeed. So if all of these are passed nicely, then send it to the view model. Okay, so this video is actually getting a bit long now. So let me just explain the front end. There's a lot going on the front end. So I'm sorry, like there's a lot going on for this assignment, so it's quite difficult to jam everything into 15 minutes. But created two folders here. The account has its own service. Routing module for the accounts will take you to the various pages. Obviously, imported some routing. I had some custom installs over here. So under where's this Angular chase? Installed some extra stuff just to make it look nice. That's how this front end was looking, and NGX Bootstrap and NGX Toaster for the pop-ups. So login has a page over here, has various types of here validation as well. Sends you to this function which calls the controller, which sends all the values, maps it from this form group, takes it, maps it to the login function in the service, and then just displays all the information for you. And if you want to see the login service, it just takes some. I took in type any because it's a bit it's a bit weird to sort of map that. I don't want to say form group over here because like that's weird. So that's, and also I was having issues just passing the values here. So I actually just added this extra stuff here to make it match the API, because without all of this extra stuff from here onwards and just the values here, it was giving me issues. I don't know why, but yeah, that's how it was. Same goes for, okay, I was looking at register there. Same goes for login and bringing in various dependencies, all of that stuff. Log out, just what it does is obviously with login, it creates the token that you receive, it puts it in local storage. Same goes for here. And when it's you log out, you want to remove that token. And usually, when you're using the system, why I wanted to have this function over here, this this function over here, is because when you using stuff, when you're doing stuff, I wanted it to be able to check if there's a current user inside, so you can get the user. And there was just some extra stuff that I was going to add, which would have helped with the get the user method, but that's not really required of this assignment. Same goes for register. It's very similar as well to login. So that's that. Routing modules, obviously, I just explained that earlier. There's a bunch of different components. So the nav bar is brought in as a component. Brand, shop parameters, pagination, user type, all of that stuff is also added. And then we go to the products. Same goes for routing module. Obviously, some basic stuff here. Basic stuff here, dependencies, whatever, reactor forms for like that form group as well. And then product service, which is bring in the types, bring in the products, configure the parameters, because you're going to need to specify the parameters for the pagination. So it takes in those values and appends them to this shop params sort of class. And once that's done, obviously it takes that and brings in a pagination format, because that's what we're getting from the API, passing in the parameters over here. So it worked over here when I passed it like this, but when I do it on the account over here, it doesn't really work. So there's something I'm doing wrong. But yeah, okay. And if I were to head up to product list, shows all the products. This is some complex code as well, just specifying those values. So showing six of what, it's not really working as I'd like it to work, but it's fine. Add products takes you to add products. On search, on type. I was explained this just now that the service, but that's just the filtering. Obviously loops through the products, on page selected, all that stuff. So that is that. Let me just head over to. So it brings in all these classes, bring in the sorting, bring in the pagination. It loads all those products every time this page is loaded. Gets the products, configures the parameters over here as needed, and then get products allocated to that array or over here. So that's what the get products does. Same goes for the get types. On type selected, so what it does is it gets the value of whatever has been oh wait, no, sorry. Wait, yeah. On type selected, it gets the, so takes in an event that's specified over here. So pushes this type of events that happens every time you change the selected thingamajiggy. Then it takes that value, it gives it to, it assigns the value of the events that you clicked on. So the target that you clicked on assigns that value to my type, which configures the type. So it's passing in the name of the type. I know you should pass in the ID of the type, but I don't want to create like, I just want it was basically lazy programming. So passed in the name, um, page number as well, set to one. It just sets it to default and it gets the products because it wants to get it according to the new sort of sorting that we specified over here. Same goes for on type. Um, okay, wait, sorry, I keep moving. My mouse is a bit weird. Same goes for brands. Same goes for sorting on the various sort orders. And say, yeah, for page, takes in an event as well, does something sort of similar. Um, but then it just checks, and it just configures the what you call page number to the correct value. Maybe I should have said dot value, which is why it's not giving me a appropriate value. And then it gets the products, and then resets. It also resets all of those parameters that we have here. It sets a new shop param. So just get rid of it so you can have the default stuff. Search, obviously search. I think this is okay. I can look at that later. But remember that problem I mentioned earlier about the search term only searching to the name. So maybe that's an issue that I need to pick up. Page selected size, obviously it gets the size using the events. Same thing as here. I think, oh, okay. Maybe I might have. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that's an issue. Should have added this over here, I think. Yeah, okay. But anyway, sorry for the long video. Add products. Similar, it's very similar to this one. Gets in the list of products on type selected. Same sort of situation as it is over here. But obviously you need products to populate the list. So it gets the products over there. And then obviously it calls the service every time you need it. And it also does populate it as needed. So that's my assignment. I'm just trying to show you. Sorry for the long videos. Just this was a lot of work to do. So um over here it just checks if the user, so every time you on the user thingamajiggy, when you log in or register, it loads this current user. And if this user is present, then it will actually show the add products, giving you functionality to that. But if it isn't present, then it will show you login register. Same goes for here as the logout, all of this stuff. So that's just the various configuration on that side. And yeah, thank you sir for looking at my video. I've installed a bunch of dependencies as mentioned before, and yeah, thank you. Sorry for the long video. It's just a lot of content to cover. So thank you.